Howdy y'all, welcome to Nerd Studio. Hey, forgive me if I'm yelling at the camera. I get a little ear infection I'm getting over, so I might be a little loud. I can't really tell how loud I'm talking. Hey, we're out at the range today with this. This is the Inceptor self-defense bullet. I'm going to do a little ammunition test, shoot some cans of cheese, but before we get started, I want to do a little shameless self-promotion. Every once in a while I get people ask, hey, how do I support the channel? And the number one way that you can support Nerd Gone South is to share my videos out on social media. The more views I get, the more money my videos make, the more videos I can make. So that's the number one way. If you want something in exchange for your support, I've got these. They're morale patches. Nice, got the Velcro hook on the back so you can stick it to your arm, stick it to your hat, stick it to your range bag. And they're pretty cool. They're really durable. I've had one on my range bag now for a few months. It really shows no wear. So it's a nice product. Sell them for 10 bucks. Just email me, Wes at Nerd Gone South if you want, or you can contact me via Facebook and make a few bucks on those, and it helps support the channel. Okay, shameless self-promotion off. Let's talk about these bullets. So as you guys know, I'm not a munitions expert. I'm not a ballistics expert. I'm not a firearms expert. I'm just a dude with a camera and some land to shoot on. So, but you know, I'd like to know how these kind of self-defense products really perform. And so what we do here at the studio is we shoot number 10 cans of nacho cheese sauce. Get it from Sam's Club. It's pretty cool stuff. And yeah, it's not FBI ballistics gel calculated to blah percent and all that good stuff. I'm not going to tell you what the humidity is. It's friggin' North Carolina. It's usually pretty humid. Although today's not too bad. Going to be a really nice day. Good day to be out at the range. But shooting number 10 cans of nacho cheese sauce, if I shoot those cans every time, I can compare one bullet to the next. And that's really all I need. So we're going to take a look at this ammunition today. It's really odd. It's got this sort of injection molded wind tunnel projectile on it. So I think the easiest thing for me to do is just grab their literature, and I'm going to read it to you. It's a little boring, but I'm going to do a lot better than trying to memorize all this stuff. So first of all, let's take a look and see what it says on the box. A twist on ammunition. Engineered fluid dynamics creates maximum hydrodynamic RAM, HRAM, upon penetrating targets, reducing risk of over-penetration. Well, that's pretty interesting, right? Over-penetration, particularly if you're shooting in your house, you know, if you had to shoot somebody, you don't want it to go through them. So that's good. The other thing, though, is what about your misses? So we're going to take a 2x4 and shoot a 2x4 with it and see if it'll penetrate a 2x4, because that's an interesting conundrum in self-defense scenarios inside the home. Lateral force, it says. The non-expanding ARX design harnesses the projectile's rotational energy to transfer maximum terminal energy to targets through lethal force dispersion. Lateral force dispersion, sorry. Wow, that's a mouthful. All right, well, we'll move on. Precise. Injection molded ARX projectiles deliver exceptional accuracy. Well, we'll see. If I can hit a can of cheese, I think that's good enough. High velocity achieves higher velocity and higher energy than other self-defense rounds, yet develops less recoil for quicker follow-up shots. Now, these are, 74 grain bullets, so, yeah, 74 grain. They go, they're saying 1,475 feet per second. I don't have a chronograph here, so I'm not going to test that for you, but I have seen other folks talking about these bullets about this ammunition on the internet and getting close to that performance out of them, so we'll see. Advanced materials. Performs in a wide range of conditions and weapon systems, including suppressed. And a little subnote here, it says it's polycase CU/P, which is trademarked, bullets, and contains no lead. So I went up to their website. We got 25 rounds. It's expensive stuff. It was about 25 bucks, I think, at Cabela's. So about $1 a round. Another reason to support the channel. All right, so I went up to their website. You can go read the stuff too, and just went and got their, you know, their blurb, their announcement. Let me see if I can pick and choose here. It says Polycase Ammunition introduces its new Inceptor line of ammunition featuring injection molded CU/P bullets, including the ARX loaded to SAMI specifications in high quality brass cases. The Inceptor line of ammo achieves reliability, pinpoint accuracy, and extreme performance through advanced technology and precision engineering. It's a revolution in projectile design? Well, we'll see if it's a revolution in cheese destruction. This came out January 2014, so it's been out about a year. What else? It says the ARX, ooh, that cold's getting to me. The ARX bullet is designed to not expand. So this bullet isn't going to expand. It's pretty crazy. The ARX is injection molded from a specialty blend lead-free copper polymer matrix that is designed to be tough enough to penetrate soft targets and tissue, but when it encounters tougher barriers, it is designed to break up to reduce the risk of collateral damage due to overpenetration. Well, we'll see. Now, here is an interesting point. Even though the ARX is lighter and travels at much higher velocities than conventional bullets, it will not defeat soft body armor. Well, let's see what we're aiming at there. So, basically, they're trying to give you a round so you can shoot the average knucklehead, but not shoot a policeman. Unless your average knucklehead happens to be wearing soft body armor. I don't know, that might affect my desire to carry this ammo. You know, soft body armor is attainable. We've seen it used in the past pretty famously and caused, you know, police departments to overhaul their ammunition. So that's an interesting twist on it. Now, your average thug robbing your house, probably not wearing soft body armor, so okay. But it seems like a bit of a political statement to me, but we'll find out again. Does it defeat a soft can of cheese? Let's see. This hydrodynamic ram, the force dispersion thing, I mean, I suppose the way to look at that would be in a wind tunnel. I'm betting you're getting some pretty good spin on this thing, but we'll see if that actually does the trick. Revolutionary self-defense technology from the research and development laboratories of Polycase Ammunition. The Inceptor ARX is the next generation of self-defense ammunition. Through advanced design and materials science, the ARX uses fluid dynamics instead of expansion to achieve superior terminal performance. So basically what they're saying is rather than having an expanding bullet, they are using this shape that they've molded the bullet into, just if I can get really close with that, to create the wound cavity that expansion would. I don't know, if it doesn't penetrate the can of cheese, maybe we'll dig one out and really have a look at it. So yeah, high velocity, it's precise. It's currently available in 380, 9mm, 40, 45 auto, 357 SIG, 38 special, and 458 SOCOM. Alright, enough yakking, let's shoot some stuff. For the test today, I figured it'd be appropriate to use my carry gun. This is my Glock 19. Let's load it up. Stick a few rounds in there and sort of see how it compares. It's got a pretty good brass case on it, and the round looks well made. Well, loads like anything. Alright. Seemed to chamber just fine. Okay, we're hot. Let's shoot some cheese. We aren't going to be able to recover a bullet to play with. Wow, look at the pressure that built up in the top of this can. That's pretty impressive. You know, it wasn't quite a 223 varmint explosion, but I think that's probably the most severe shot I've seen from a handgun on a can of cheese. It did penetrate, but boy, look at that guy. That did some damage just by looking at the way the top of that can popped up. That's impressive. For comparison, let me take a regular hollow point and we'll shoot this guy and see what it does to a can of cheese so we can compare. Yeah, with that 74 grain bullet, there's no kick to that gun at all, but it's cycled just fine. We've got another round loaded. That worked out pretty well. Literally no kick. It was like shooting a 22. Okay, we've got some Hornady XTP custom 124 grain. This is what I'm carrying in my gun these days. Let's shoot that can and see how it compares. Okay, so that is the Inceptor. And this is the Hornady XTP. You can see the Inceptor. Look at the way the can is popped up like that. That's an indication that the pressure was much higher than the Hornady round. Look at that. And I think you can see just by the way the can is leaking, it had to have dumped a lot more energy. There's the exit, and that's a really good split on the can, on the Inceptor can. The Hornady also penetrated, and obviously it didn't dump all of its energy. It must have still had energy to go. So that's a guess. Again, I'm not a ballistics expert, but to me, just from looking at the damage of the can, that Inceptor did a lot more. Okay, got one more thing I want to try. I'm going to try and set up a can in front of a 2x4. See if I can punch the can and see how it penetrates the 2x4 behind it. Let's give it a whirl. Well, that's really, really interesting. So here's part of the bullet, and it did break up, and it's really made us some crazy stuff in there. Let me see if I can show you the can and the 2x4. So it wasn't exactly in the center, and I think what I'm going to try next is to just shoot the 2x4 and see what it does. But you can see the bullet stopped right in here. It didn't penetrate the 2x4. And I shot it in the side where presumably it would be weaker, and it still didn't penetrate it. But it did all the same damage to the can that the last round did. I mean, it's a river of cheese. Impressive. All right, let me get cleaned up, and then I'll shoot the 2x4. Okay, so there's the entrance. And if you can see that, here's the exit. Well, what's all that tell us? Well, I think their over-penetration claim that you're not going to over-penetrate your target, or less chance of it, is pretty solid. The fact that the 2x4 ate up the bullet like that was really impressive. Now, it doesn't solve the problem with, what happens if you're in the house and you miss your target. Are you still going to shoot through the walls in your home? Yeah, I think probably so. Now, are you going to go all the way through your home and shoot your neighbor? Maybe not. I need, several 2x4s, or, we need to do a more extensive test to answer that question. What I can say, though, there's almost no recoil with that. It is doing quite a bit of concussive damage to those cans of cheese. That's really impressive. And a 2x4 behind it stops it. I like it a lot. The round's a little bit expensive, but so far really impressed. Let's shoot a few more things that are a little more fun, and then we'll close it up. All right, we got some bottles of G2 and our 22 caliber bullet test medium cans of tomato paste. Let's see what this does. This one, I actually hit the top. It went down through here and took out the back of the can. That's pretty funny. No recoil in that round at all. Two things that I can really tell you are absolutely, I think, founded by this really unscientific test. Three things. Let me give you three things. One, the bullet is, the round is accurate. You saw I took 7 shots. I hit all 7 targets. Those are pretty small targets from about 21 feet. I shoot a fair bit, but that's pretty accurate even for me. So at the very least, it's no less accurate than anything else I shoot. I think their over-penetration claims are actually pretty good. And last but not least, I think the the energy that's being released into the target is impressive. I stopped shooting the cans of cheese with pistol rounds just simply because it wasn't reactive enough. I went to refried beans to get a little more reaction out of it, but this round actually does the damage to that can like nothing else, like no other self-defense round I've shot. That's really impressive. So the Inceptor, I might do a part 2 on this. I might take it out, get through multiple layers of 2x4 or something like that. So stay tuned. So far, I think I'm pretty impressed. I would really consider putting this like in my Glock 43. That the limited amount of recoil, really, that's really nice. At the very least, the thing does the damage like a self-defense round should, and the light recoil tells me it's a pretty compelling product. Stay tuned. All right, always remember, anyone can shoot. Anyone can shoot the Inceptor. Interceptor. Anyone can shoot and have fun. We'll see you next time.
Yeehaw!